let's have a look at The Guardian. Apparently alcohol abuse is costing England £27 billion a year. I mean, in fairness, that's the price of 2 rounds in London, Nicholas.
Yeah, tell me about it. Not that I'm a big consumer of alcohol, I'm very Mediterranean in my consumption, but revealed alcohol abuse costs soar to £27 billion a year. So this cost basically encompasses a variety of aspects, from health-related problems, so the cost on the NHS, lack of productivity, people who lose their jobs, social services, and all that. And of course, it has been on the rise, 37% more compared to last time this was studied in 2003. So now Institute of Alcohol Studies and some other groups are pushing or asking for tougher taxes and tougher regulation. But is that the solution? That's the dilemma. If people are libertarian or people are for personal responsibility, like in ancient Rome, they said, in medium stat virtus, like moderation, virtue is in moderation. And again, if they're going to raise the price, people like myself or yourself who are moderate consumers, pardon?
You're going to turn to heroin. Because it'll become, I mean, well, this is what's happened in Scotland.
It becomes unaffordable, so...
Yeah, in Scotland they had minimum unit alcohol pricing, and so it pushes up the cost of getting off your tree for your average Scottish ne'er-do-well who likes to sit on a bus stop and drink a bottle of cider. So instead, they're turning to street drugs, which are cheaper by comparison.
That is just terrible. I like that the alcohol industry have come back on this. A guy called Matt Lambert, who's the chief executive of the Portman Group, and they represent the alcohol industry. And he says that the IAS, that's the group who've created this, have failed to take into account the significant direct economic contribution of the alcohol industry to the wider economic and social benefits of moderate and responsible alcohol consumption. Well, it's so true, isn't it? We've got a declining birth rate. We need people to get drunk and chat each other up. I'd be very sad if we drank even less.
So do you think we need to prescribe young people alcohol to get them to...
Well, for some people it's a lubricant, isn't it? That's all I'm saying.
Although, if you are planning on having sex, please do not use alcohol as a lubricant.
The culture of, you know, if you don't consume too much, if you don't get drunk, you know, I don't want to use... coarse language, but, you know, binge drinking, and you are less of a man if you don't have shot after shot.
Yeah.
That needs to be tackled because it's not masculine.
Yeah, just have the shot. What are you? What are you, not a man?
I like how they've pointed out here
that's a great point.
that the average cost per head of alcohol harm in the UK is £485 a year, rising to £562 if you live in the North East. It specifically says that.
And that's interesting because, you know, the North East is generally less economically productive than the South. So, you know,
so they must be really earning it.
And lockdown, of course, had a huge impact on alcoholism in the UK because people were locked inside next to the fridge, which had a bottle of Chablis inside it.
And saw their business disappear, you know, domestic abuse, their livelihoods, and all the, you know, other opportunities for socialization were taken away from them.
Yeah,
so that was their only joy left.
They just had Tiger King and alcohol.